great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. This is episode number 869. The march to 900 episodes continues on. How's everybody doing? I started the day at softball with Noor here in beautiful St. Louis, Missouri. We had good times. I will share some footage from the event with you guys in a little bit. I'll be here for the next hour and a half or so trying to answer your immigration law related questions. We'll see if we go the full hour and a half. It always depends on sort of how I'm feeling. How's everybody doing? I got Princess Jada claiming first spot. Got Swanky City here as well. Working a little harder to pay off the RFE fees. All right. We got Mark is here. Mark was here early. Esther is here. Hello, Esther. Mohammed is here. Rocio's here. Hello, Rocio. She must be chilling out over the summer. No class, I guess. Carolyn is somewhere on the road sending us hearts. Thank you, Carolyn. I got Trudy in the house. Hope is here. Hello, Hope. Trudy and Hope are here. And Julia is here. I should mention that. We got Soledad here. Kazette. Amifetulu. Hello. Robert is here. Hello, Robert. Erica, Tyrone, TK says, I'm addicted to this show, even if I got my green card approved. My sister and husband said I shouldn't be glued to it anymore, but I said, no way. How about that? We got One Love from Young Gal Can Cook. I got Eve here. Patrick, hello. Cletha, hello. Oh, wasn't Clee sweet yesterday? Very, very kind. Wasn't she kind yesterday? Craig is here. Let's see. Abiodun, I got my 2-year green card and applied for 10-year, but got separated with my wife and I changed my address. If I'm okay, or I have to inform USCIS that you're separated. Absolutely. We talk about this all the time. We have videos on this. It's a very dangerous situation. You don't want them to approve it. When you're separated, they'll accuse you of lying. Tommy Boy says, ice checking today, no worries. Well, that's good. Ella says, I grew up in Maryland Heights. Well, I was just in Maryland Heights. I got BG. Dammy is here. Athletic Videos. Hello. I love you too. Sunita. Raphael. Oh, a lot of our favorites are here. Big ups to Donna, of course. Hi, all, says Glenn. Canyoms is here. Jerome is here. Donna's giving love to everybody. I got Bonnie. Very informative. Thank you. I'm not an immigrant, but my daughter-in-law from China is naturalized during COVID lockdowns. Still waiting on my sister-in-law from Mexico. All right. Peters wants to know, can my stepmother file the I-130 for me? Well, only if the relationship between your mother and father occurred before you were 16. 16, yeah. Do I need to bring, or 18? It's 18. Do I need to bring my joint taxes to green card interviews? To green card interviews, yes, you should. Adonis is here, and we got Sandy. All right. Hello, Sandy. How are you? Hello, everybody. We got a bunch of people in the waiting room. I'm going to go ahead and bring some of them over into the studio, and we'll get started with Mohammed. Hello, Mohammed. Mohammed, you're up.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Yeah. So it's Mohammed Ahmed. I've applied initially for the case I-130 for my wife. So we initially got married in 2022, and I submitted the case. But as you know, I got married in Pakistan, and the issue was, and I'm a resident in Florida. So when I applied the case for I-130 in Pakistan, it's common to to getting married age 16, 17, and so I went there and got married, and and then applied for my wife. And
How old is she?
so now, so basically, like, long story short, so I applied it was in 2022, when I applied, and it took like after like year and a half, I got the notice, for from the USCIS that the case has been denied, due to, initially we submitted everything because we knew the Florida law. Since I'm from Florida, they required us to submit the parental
How old?
forms.
How old was she?
She was 16.
I can't help you. We have a rule in the office that we don't help people with child bride stuff. I'm sorry.
So I got, we so because of that, the laws and everything, we re-registered the marriage in Pakistan in 2024, November 2024, and I plan on reapplying the case.
Okay.
Yeah, so, and I am like, because of the previous marriage was invalid, in Florida. So, and the reason I got, like, because of the laws in Florida, it was rejected. But then, if I'm reapplying right now, what would I? Because the previous case was denied, and because the previous marriage was not valid, and then I'm re-registering the marriage in Pakistan, and now she's 20, right? So I'm worried about, like, what do I say in the I-130 form, since I can apply right now, and what do I say about my previous marriage if I say I was married twice, or like, they will ask for who was your spouse when, even though she was my spouse.
So I think it all turns on the denial notice. The denial notice say unequivocally that your marriage was invalid under the law in Pakistan and in Florida. Is that what they said?
Yeah, they said in Florida. We in Pakistan is not the case. Because of the Florida laws, it is invalid.
So I think then that since USCIS has determined that the prior marriage was invalid, then I think that you should say that. I think you're going to have to explain this. I think this is going to be a big old mess. I think it's going to be problematic start to finish. I think they're going to think that she didn't have free will in entering into this marriage, even though it's now 4 years later. So I think that the way I would frame it is we have one legal marriage. It was the legal marriage from 2024. I think you have to say we filed previously thinking that it was valid, but apparently USCIS has concluded that it wasn't valid. So therefore, we've been married once, and it started in 2024.
Oh, okay.
But
So that
this isn't going to be easy. You already have a denial. They are going to not like this marriage at all. I think that this is going to be a hard case to get approved. Are you related? Are you related to this person?
yeah. So so now, I am living now. I am, like, so I go back and forth, back home, and so
But my question is, are you related to this person?
no, like, you mean like related, meaning like she's my wife, but
No,
what
we're not
else?
cousins. Not cousins.
No, not cousin.
Okay. All right. So what's the question?
So that's my question. Like, as you said, like, if I'm reapplying, why would it be hard? Because now, I mean, if I can explain it right, that should not be an issue.
What do you do?
After,
What do you do for a living?
so I work remotely. So I'm working, like, I'm working from home. Work as a
But what do you do for a living?
Yeah. So I work in the IT company as IT
Yeah.
consultant.
So I knew that because of the way you just framed things. You said, well, because I've gone back and redone this marriage, then that shouldn't be an issue. You can't say that. This is going to be an issue start to finish. This will be the number one topic of discussion on the very last day when she goes to the embassy to try to get her visa. This is going to be a problem start to finish. USCIS is going to give you grief over this. USCIS is going to push hard on this. The National Visa Center is going to make it hard on you, and the embassy is going to make it hard on you. So just because you've gone back to fix a prior invalid marriage doesn't mean that all of a sudden everything's easy.
Okay, so you're saying like I do need to attach a valid documentation with the sort of reasoning that you have mentioned, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying more than that. I'm saying that I think there's a significant chance that this case doesn't get approved.
So how do I make it a possibility of getting this approved? Like,
I think that to me, the whole thing comes down. So if I were your lawyer, I would start with a huge, long, detailed sworn affidavit from your wife explaining that she wanted to marry you when she was 16. Because if they think that she was forced into marrying you when she was 16, then all this other stuff is just rearranging the chairs on the deck of the Titanic. It's just all BS. So this whole case, if any woman adjudicator or someone with a young daughter who is 16 gets a hold of this case, they're going to come at you really, really hard.
okay, like even with the parental consent, like because we originally have given all that information with parental consent.
Well, if that's true, then why didn't it get approved?
Yeah, because of the Florida law, it requires it
No,
changed.
it got denied because they don't want to subject a 16. How old are you?
Yeah, so now I'm 28.
So you're 8 years older than her.
Yeah.
So the whole. So sometimes cases take on a central issue, and the central issue in your case is whether this woman who's married to you had the freedom to enter into this marriage, and you're going to have a hard time convincing them of that. That's what I'm saying.
So like you're saying, like even if I were to submit the new I-130, they're gonna look back the previous rejected, and that's what.
Of course.
Okay. Okay. So like there is nothing like, I mean, we need to hire an attorney like to really.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And it all turns on your wife. If she really wants to come and she really wants to be married to you, then you've got to. That's got to be exhibit number one, that she had free choice in this, because they're going to think she didn't. But in fact, parental consent to me actually hurts the case overall. Nobody gives a shit what the parents. I mean, I guess it's important that the parents consent, but parental consent in 2025 for a 16-year-old to get married, they're going to say those parents are messed up.
Yeah, but like now we have a new documentation, like new marriage document in 2024. Is this not going to help?
Bro, you're such an IT guy. You're thinking like a scientist. This isn't science. This is emotion. This is, do I think this is real? Can I protect this poor Pakistani girl who got forced to marry this guy by her parents when she was 16? It's not science. It's emotion. It's humanity, right? You're thinking like a scientist. You're thinking that if you put in the right code, then the right answer is going to shoot out. That's not what we're talking about.
Yeah, because that's what they have said in the rejected document, that you go and create a remarriage document, since even though it is valid in Pakistan but not here, so you need to rework on the marriage document. Yeah. That's what they said.
But my brother, you're I don't know that you're really hearing what I'm saying. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You do understand that just because you get a new marriage license doesn't mean that everything's hunky-dory. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
This is going to be a hard case.
Okay. Okay. So yeah.
If you had come to me when you came up with this plan to marry her, I would have told you to wait.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Thanks, brother.
Thanks. Thank you.
See ya. All right. That was a banger case to start off the show with. We'll take some questions from TikTok in a little bit, but for now, let's talk to, wait a minute, Sally Great News. Hello, Sally.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Fine. How are you?
Great.
I heard this morning that the federal judge told ICE to stop picking up people because of their look of Latino or African Americans.
You heard right.
About that?
That is true. That did in fact happen late Friday afternoon, or maybe Saturday, but it was late in the week last week. A judge. It's so funny because that asshole Tom Homan, who's the head of ICE, was on Fox News before the judge issued the ruling, saying, Oh yeah, we can racially profile people. We can pick them up based on nothing more than their skin color or their looks or their occupation. So a federal judge has enjoined them from doing that, I think, throughout the district. I think it was the Central District of California. So now throughout that district, it's pretty clear that something that should have been obvious to everybody, that you can't just pick people up because of what they look like, that has been ordered stopped. And of course, the federal government is appealing because they think the Supreme Court will say, oh yeah, go ahead, pick up all the brown people. But we'll see. For now, it is good news, Sally. You're right.
So it's not across the U.S.?
It is not across the U.S. That's part of the old Supreme Court decision from 2 weeks ago about the the nationwide injunctions. That case was, filed before that. So as of right now, it only applies to the district in which the lawsuit was filed.
Okay, just two more questions. My ex-husband lost his wallet with his immigration work permit, work authorization card, and his Social Security, and that was 5 years ago. Now he reapplied it, and they denied him because they see that he's getting money from other people, like thousands of dollars, to open up a gas station. And I'm like, what happened to medical school? What happened to working as a manager at a gas station?
I don't
So do
understand.
you think he's going to get approved for another
What
work
is
authorization?
what
Because
is
he
the
lost in it.
what is the basis of his work authorization? Why does he have a work card?
Why? To work. Because we're married.
But because you're married.
Right.
Did you say your ex-husband or your husband?
Ex-husband.
But you said you're married.
Well, I'm sorry, my husband. But I'll get to that. My husband.
Okay.
Do you think he's going to get approved for another work authorization after 5 years of reapplying?
You said that he has a work authorization because you're married, right? But there has to be an underlying petition that the work card attaches to. Are you okay? Why don't we get to the marriage part first? Because I think I'm confused. Why don't you tell me the whole story?
Okay, I spoke to you before. I don't know if you remember.
Oh, I don't remember people I talked to yesterday.
Okay, because I told you, I said, come do your show from Mardi Gras.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. First of all, I'm filing for divorce. He's going to get served next week because he's been on the high now.
Wait. Okay. So first of all, where is he from?
Nigeria.
When did he come to the United States?
7 years
And
ago.
and has he ever gotten a green card?
No permanent address, no I-30, no 485.
Why?
It's been 5 years. We're on our fourth interview.
Oh, okay. So he has a pending green card case. And so what's this business about? What's this business about him getting money into his bank account?
Yeah, someone's sending money into his bank account. So immigration said, oh, we're not going to approve you for your work authorization because we see that you're getting other funds from other places.
That sounds like the federales are after him. Is he doing something illegal, you think?
I don't know.
I mean, let me put it to you this way. In all my time, I mean, first of all, it's extremely rare that USCIS would deny an I-765 work authorization for someone, but I sure as hell have never seen them deny it because they have money coming in from other sources. Like that's not even
like for school, to pay his bills.
But how do they know that?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's because they probably have subpoenaed his bank records. I think your boy's in trouble.
I know. So the private eye is going to serve him next week at a restaurant because we want to meet Friday. He said, let's champagne for our anniversary. The anniversary was in May.
Well, I mean, you have your own problem. Your name is attached to an immigration case and you don't live together and you're getting divorced. So that case should be withdrawn.
Right. So, but I still got to get a divorce first.
Well, I will push back a little bit and say an I-130 can be withdrawn by a married person or a divorced person.
Right. Once I get divorced, then I'm going to go ahead and withdraw it.
But that's not what I said. What I said was You don't have to wait until you're divorced.
Okay, great.
All right.
So just go ahead and call UCSIS.
Can I do it in writing?
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Sally. Is today a full moon? Today seems like maybe a full moon. I don't know what's going on. Huli, check that. I think it might be. When I drove home from Chicago on Saturday, the moon was really big, so it might be a full moon today. I don't know. It might be. Let's see. If not, it's close. We're close. Sierra, hello.
Hi, Jim. It's actually Sarah. Sorry.
Thanks, Sarah.
Yeah. So I have a question. My husband is on an F1 visa. We dated for about 2.5 years before we got married. We got married this December. And then in May, I did find out that I was pregnant. So I have a couple of questions. We have a lawyer currently, and we're actually in Camarillo, California, where the raids were for my husband's work, because, of course, on an F1 visa, I mean, like you can only work in your field, and there's just no jobs that are hiring in Minneapolis right now for people with temporary status. So we're trying to get his green card approved so we can go home to Minneapolis. But I do have a question about our interview. So our lawyer is based out of Minneapolis. I won't say who, of course.
Yes, thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, sure. And we want to do our interview in Minneapolis so that, they can be there in attendance. But I'm worried that they might schedule it at a time that I'm not allowed to fly because, of course, like by 36 weeks in pregnancy, I'm not able to fly. And then, of course, I won't be able to fly after the baby. So is there a possible way for our lawyer to ask for an expedited interview on that?
Well, so time out. So
Okay.
you have a pending I-130 and 45 for your husband who's on an F1.
Correct.
And you and he both live in California.
Yes, we live together. We've lived together for 1.5 years now.
So you can't have your interview in Minneapolis. You don't get to ask.
We don't, because they ask, like on the form, they say like, where do you want your interview to be requested? We can't have it in Minneapolis?
No.
Okay. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So.
No, they'll set it where they want it.
Uh-huh.
I think that question that you're referring to is basically for I-130 aways where the spouse is overseas. You don't get to pick your field office for a green card interview. They pick that for you, and it'll be where you live.
Got it. Okay. So we'll just have to talk to our lawyer. Okay.
Yeah.
And I have another question. I know that you mentioned, because I've been watching your shows for a while, I've been a silent watcher. You said that EAD cards are not being approved super fast. So I'm just wondering I don't know if this would ever happen, but in the case of the fact that his green card got approved before his EAD did, could he still use his green card as, I guess, like his status, but work on his F1 visa? Like, I don't know how that works.
Once he gets his green card, he's not on his F1 visa anymore. But the green, okay, so maybe so some people don't always understand this.
Yeah.
A green card includes the EAD, the authority to work, and other stuff. So you don't need the green card and the work card. Once you have the green card, you don't ever need the work card once you have the green card.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, like our case, I know that you mentioned this before, like some people say it's pretty straightforward, but he's always come into the country documented. Like, we were dating for 2.5 years. We did meet online, and like some of our relationship was long distance, but I mean, we've lived together for the past 1.5 years, and I'm pregnant. So
the one thing that sort of threw me at the beginning of the call, were you saying something along the lines of that he's working beyond the scope of his F1 without an EAD?
No. Like the goal was to stay in Minneapolis. He's not working beyond the scope of his visa. We're temporarily in Camarillo because it's the only job offer that he had.
Well, he's on OPT?
Yeah, he's on STEM OPT, which runs out in January 2027.
Oh, well, okay, so hold on now. Now, how long has your I-130 and 45 been on file?
About a month now.
And did you use your California address or your Minnesota address?
California.
Yeah, so then your interview will be in California. Yep.
Okay, that's good to know. Yeah, because we've been in California. We like updated everything. Like our addresses match our driver's license. All of the forms match.
Yep.
But we've been here since January. Like, we moved like 5 days after we got married.
Great. Sounds good.
Okay. Thanks, Jim.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
I've never heard of Camarillo, California. I don't even know where that is. I don't even know no loud crash. That's from Magnolia, one of my favorite lines. Very, very strange movie, Magnolia. Not sure if you've ever seen it. It's Paul Thomas Anderson, and there's some weird shit in there. But the opening scene is this lady, Marcy, who is in her bathrobe, and John C. Reilly's a cop, and he comes to her house, and she's sort of a larger African American lady, and she's got this old white guy tied up in the closet. It's very strange. And John C. Reilly sort of figures out there's somebody. Oh, okay. Close to Ventura. Okay. John C. Reilly figures there's someone in the apartment besides him and Marcy. And he goes down the hall and she's screaming at him. It's a crazy scene, but it really makes me laugh. I'll probably have to watch that later. All right. Fuad, hello.
Hello, Jim.
How you doing, Fuad?
Hello. I'm fine. Thanks for having me.
Sure.
Yeah, so I got a question. I filed for a fiancé visa for my fiancé
Okay.
in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I was in Nigeria and I filed it, and while I was in Nigeria, and I heard back from the USCIS like a year and a couple of months later.
Yeah.
But it was denied. The application was denied. I appealed.
Why did it get denied?
I appealed twice.
Why did it get
I think I couldn't. I didn't provide enough evidence that I was actually working in Nigeria while I was there for like 4 years.
Well,
So it was denied, and
that's not a requirement. You don't have to prove that you were working in Nigeria for 4 years in order to get an I-129F approved.
They were just saying that they couldn't, because I even sent the photos. I don't know why they rejected. They just couldn't. They didn't. I guess they didn't believe
What was
that I was there.
What did the decision say? It said you haven't given them enough relationship evidence. Is that what you're saying?
I think so. I think so. Yeah.
What do you mean you think so?
I think that was
the denial notice?
Huh?
Don't you have the denial notice from the I-129F?
Oh, I had it. I had. I think it was. I couldn't prove that it was 2 years before filing. I think you have to file within 2 years.
That's true. That makes sense. So that's why it got denied.
Yeah, I think it was the reason. One of the reasons. Yes.
Why do you keep saying I think? Why do you keep saying I think? Why don't you know why your case was denied? That's bizarre to me. You keep saying I don't know.
That's the reason. That was the reason why it got denied.
All right. So then what?
I didn't have enough evidence. Yeah.
Get married.
So, I already got a lawyer, and we filed a new case in was it 2023?
A new what case?
But
the case?
A new fiancé visa.
Why didn't you just get married?
It's just I have to go back again, and I just
anyway because they said you hadn't been there in 2 years.
Yeah. I know I have to go back again.
Now you have a second fiancé case that's been on file for 2 years. When did you meet this person?
In 2018.
So, brother, you've been waiting 7 years for this person to come to the United States because you're sort of half-assing the whole thing. Why? I mean, sometimes people file fiancé cases, and I'm not even sure they really want the person here in the United States. Are you sure you want this person in the United States?
Yeah. Yes, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Well, why do you keep screwing around with it? Now it's been 2 years. So, did USCIS approve the second I-129F?
I'm waiting to hear back from them. I just want to know, like, is it taking time because I appealed twice? Could that be one of the reasons? Do you know?
Just to be clear, after receiving the denial notice, you did not go to Nigeria to see your fiance.
No, no.
So you basically submitted the same case over again, even though it had been denied.
Yes,
Why did you do that? That was stupid.
because it was still. I got back in 20. It was in September of 2021, and it was still like 2 years. It wasn't the 2 years that had not expired. So,
Okay, so what's your question for me? Jim, do you think I'm wasting my time? Yes. Jim, do you think I should get married and start over with an I-130? Yes, I do.
oh yeah. Oh, okay.
If you really want her here,
Okay.
it seems like you don't really want her here.
I wonder. I wonder here.
How did
Okay, so that'll be the
were you
best.
born in the United Were you born in the United States?
Yes, yes,
You were born here?
yes. I'm born in the U.S. Yes.
Okay, great. All right, great. Thanks so much for the call. Have a great day.
Thank you. Hey. Bye.
I think Laura's wrong. I think today's the full day, the full moon day. I don't know. Hey, everybody, UFAM is here, so we got good things going. Let's see what TikTok says. Jim, what motivated you to become an immigration attorney? Oh, what a great question that is. Let's talk about that. Yeah, Romel's like, what the hell? All right. Why did I become an immigration attorney? So when I became Muslim in 1998, I got married in 1999. Then 9/11 happened in 2001. At the time that the 9/11 attacks happened, I was a barge attorney. So I did work on the river, the Missouri River, the Mississippi River, the Illinois River, and the Ohio River. So these boats would drop off their tows in various fleets up and down the river, and people would get hurt on there. People get hurt on there. And they would sue the companies, and I would defend the companies. Or the first case I worked on for 3 years was a barge got loose, went down river, and knocked out 137 other barges. And so all this time after 9/11, the Muslims would always ask me to help them with their immigration case, and I would say, well, I'm a barge attorney. And they'd be like, what the hell is a barge? So then they said, can you help me with my immigration case? And so I kept putting it off. And I kept telling them, I tried to refer them to other attorneys, and the other attorneys would tell me they're too busy. And I thought that would be a good problem to have. And I really liked the guys that I worked for, but it was mostly working for insurance companies and keeping track of my time. And they really taught me how to be a good lawyer, but my heart wasn't going to be in it for the long haul. And I went to court one day to watch my friend, and she had a client that she got a nice verdict for, and the client gave her a hug. And I was like, ain't no insurance companies giving their lawyers a hug. And I thought, well, I'd like to do something that had a little bit more meaning with my life. I wanted to help people more. When I went to St. Louis U High and was taught by the Jesuits, they always told us to be men for others. So I always wanted to help people more than I was. And so Amani was teaching at the law school, and so we had our mortgage paid and our health insurance. And so I went out on my own in 2008, thinking I would do lots of kinds of law for immigrants. But the only thing anybody wanted me to do was immigration. So immigration ever since. And since 2012, all we've done is immigration. And I believe that I was put here on this earth for this very moment, and that this is what I'm supposed to be doing. Yeah, Glenn, that's maritime law. That's what it was. So that's how I got into immigration. Can a citizen sponsor their grandchild? No, it has to go through the child themselves. There might be a way that the grandchild is a citizen, but they can't file a petition themselves. Yeah, Michael, there's more to the story. I need to write it all out because in there I sued the archdiocese for what happened to me when I was a kid. And that was also a big help for me being able to go out on my own. And I wanted a different bully. I didn't want to take on the Catholic Church every week, so I found a different bully. And their name is USCIS. That's why I do what I do. That's why I like to help people. All right. I'm going to go to Saul. Hello, Saul.
Thank you for everything.
Sure.
My question is like I'm applying naturalization, so asylum grant. I have a question. I already applied. I have two questions. One is like regarding the naming. I use the spelling is all, so all my documents the same, but when they grant me the asylum, In my middle name is long, 11 characters. They added A. So I didn't realize it at that time, but I returned it the next day. I asked the officer, like, in my middle name, they added A. So she say, like, we don't use, mommy, it's irrelevant because mostly we use the first name and last name. So it's not necessary, she told me. Then I take it. So now when I applied the naturalization, I told them, because I thought, like, in my passport, everything, the document I gave them in that middle name is that letter. So I didn't mention it. So right now people mention it on YouTube saying, like, you need to check everything, the spelling. So is this something I need to correct it, or?
When you go to your interview, they'll ask you what other names have you used, and then you tell them all the different variations of your name. This is not a big deal.
Okay. And another question I have is regarding my eye color. Also, like, in my driver license, most of my driver license, they say, like, it's black, but currently when I do my driver licenses, he say, like, it's brown. So, like, I have my driver's license in black, so why I fill it in the form. So I kind of, like, confused. Like, in fact, I told him, like, I have already applied the comment with the black. So he said, no, but the DMV guy said, no, but your eyes is brown, so I need to write it brown, he said. So is this a big thing?
It's not a big thing at all.
Okay. And the third thing is, like, if I need to request, I've already applied the naturalization. So if I request right now for the FOIA, this FOIA, how soon does that one takes to get it? And does it, like, create a problem, like, because they are accessing the same document? Do you know about how long does it take?
Why do you want to do a FOIA?
FOIA is, like, because, like, during my asylum, there are corrections I made during the interview, like, name and dates in my affidavit. But at that time, because there was a lot of them in different, particular one name, like the spelling in multiple places, the interviewer told me, like, give me the correction. I have a sheet for the correction. He said, like, give me the sheet, I will do it later. So now I'm kind of confused, like, did he correct it or not? How do I know if he didn't correct it? So that's why I'm kind of, like,
Usually they have out the red pen and they count up all the corrections. So I don't think you have to worry about that. You can certainly do a FOIA, but my understanding is that if you apply for a Freedom of Information Act for your file while your N-400 is pending, they immediately stop processing your N-400 and put it on pause until they're done with the FOIA and then trying to get it back. So I don't think I do think it's important now when you apply for citizenship to know about your asylum case. We had someone on the show yesterday talking about how they thought they were going to their green card case, but it was all about an old asylum case that they had filed. So I do think it's important to know the facts of it. But if you're just talking about, like, spellings of people's names or really small stuff, I would probably just focus on getting ready for my interview.
Okay. I think that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thanks for the call. Let's go to JB. Hello, JB.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Great. How are you doing?
Good. I have a quick question. We are from Texas. We are married, and my wife had her green card. We did the renewal. We're waiting on. We'd have the extension, the I-751 extension. So we have that right now. That because her original green card expired, we're waiting on the green card from USCIS, and now we had applied for the citizenship, the M400, in November, and now we've been waiting for several months, and they said probably 6 to 8 months. I talked to another lawyer, and he said we probably won't hear anything maybe until, I don't know, till the end of the year. So I just don't know what you're thinking of, is if we're going to get interview or not. She does have her fingerprints, her biometrics already, so they're not going to have her do that again. So just didn't know what your thoughts are on that.
So what's the receipt date on the 751?
That then when they received it?
Yes.
They had received it. I believe it was right before the election is when they received it. We wanted to do it right before. I know it doesn't really matter, but it was received. I think it was the day before the election happened.
The 751?
No, I'm talking about the M400.
Okay, so the 751 was a year before that.
I think I have the receipt here, but
Well, roughly, because you apply for citizenship after 2 years and 9 months, and you do the 751 after 1 year and 9 months.
right. Yeah. So we just didn't know because we were still wanting to do the green card renewal, but we just didn't know if they're going to try to do two things. If USCIS is going to try to do like kill two birds with one stone type of thing, or
What we're seeing now for most people is that they do a combo interview on the 751 and the N400, and that it's the filing of the N400 that actually gets them to finally adjudicate the 751, right?
Right.
So I think that if your N400's been on file since November, what city would your interview be in?
Houston.
Yeah, so that's a busy place. So you'll probably have your interview on both of those towards the end of the year.
Oh, okay. So we just didn't know if there was anything else that we should be aware with if we're going to probably 90% where we should be willing. We probably should be wanting. USAS would probably tell us we were going to get an interview, correct? Because
Yeah.
I've heard that sometimes they don't do interview on those N400s, but you most likely we probably would.
An N400 cannot be approved without an interview because you have to take the test.
Okay. So yeah, that's what we kind of, and then also for just parts of evidence and stuff, would you suggest us to take? My wife had something that was dismissed. It was like a trafficking issue. Would you bring stuff that's been dismissed in court as just knowing that there's no pending cases or anything like regarding that?
Wait, I was cool with everything until you said the word trafficking. What does trafficking have to do with anything?
Oh, traffic. I said traffic accident.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So you're saying that since she filed the N400, she had a traffic accident?
No, this was before I even met.
Did she get a ticket?
No, it was something that she just had to report for court, and they ended up dismissing her case.
Like an insurance claim or something?
Yeah, I don't really know, but yeah, something regarding that. She had to, but I talked with the lawyer, and he said that usually you don't have to worry about those things, but you can surely just bring everything with you just to make sure that everything is covered. Making sure that we just wanted to just let them know that there is. Yeah, she's just texting me now. Yeah, it is just it was just an accident that she had to go to court for, and they ended up dismissing her case.
Shouldn't come up.
Okay.
Thanks, JB. See you, bud.
Hey, thank you.
All right. That was JB. Are processing times for the I-130 submitted faster for U.S. citizens? Wife is from DR. Yeah. I mean, they wait to adjudicate I-130s filed by green card holders because they know there's not a visa available. Rebecca is up next. Hello.
Hello, assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam, Rebecca. How are you doing?
I am good. I'm here for a friend.
Awesome. I love talking about hypothetical friends.
So
Just real quick, before you start,
uh-huh.
for everyone watching in the comments, I don't know if you guys saw this. His wife was watching me talk to him, and she was texting him questions. So it's a side character, but she's not exactly sure she's texting. So go ahead, Rebecca. Sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, I noticed that. He said, "Oh, she just texted me right now."
Yeah. Right.
So so I'm married to someone. It's been like 7 months into the marriage, but I switched to me. I got carried away, but it's okay. I'm not ashamed of it. And the marriage is not working out. I'm scared if the divorce comes from him and not me. Like I know this marriage is not he became very abusive. Like I have pictures, I have police report and all these things on him. I just want to get very far away from him, but I don't know what to do. Like somebody told me, a random person told me that if he divorced me first, then it will be very bad for my future case with UCIS. So
I've
I don't
never,
know what to
never,
do.
I've never once thought that it mattered in any case that I've ever handled in 18 years. For it never turned on who filed first.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Yeah.
let's back up. Let's back up.
Yeah.
Where are you from?
Like where I'm living right now,
No, what country are you from?
Guyana.
And when did you come to the United States?
I came January 2020.
And what kind of visa did you have?
It was a visiting visa.
And when did you marry this person?
I married this person the 5th of February this year.
So you were out of status.
Yeah, I was very much, yeah.
So has this person filed any immigration benefits for
Nothing. Like and this was never the intention for this marriage was never for that. I know him since the summer of 2023, and we got married, and he completely switched. He became he's diagnosed with aggressive bipolar disorder. So you should know how those people they work, and I didn't know that it was this bad. So I just want a divorce because he starts to like really hit me, and I have pictures of marks. I have police report and all. I don't have a restraining order because I'm scared to go to the court for that. But like, yeah, it's really bad with him. So I'm scared if he divorced me, and if it affects like future, that when I actually meet somebody who care about me, I'm scared if him divorcing me will affect me
also?
further.
So let's establish a couple other things. Number one is, are you safe right now?
Yes, I'm very much safe. I was in the shelter for like a week, and then my brother did not know, and now I'm with my brother.
Okay. And do you have evidence of the relationship and evidence of marriage? Like,
Yes.
could you prove that it was a real marriage?
I can't. Like we lived in a when I lived with him, it was in an apartment building, and when it came to him adding me to his lease, he had like a bunch of excuse that the rent will go up if he adds me to the lease. Like stuff like that. I have nothing. I don't have a bank account, nothing. Nothing to prove, but I did live with him, you know?
How about like are there people that know about the relationship? Are there
Yeah. Oh yeah. Everybody know. Everybody know. I could get that from everybody. My friends, his people that lives in his building. Like this one girl, she always tell me like, get out of here, get out of here. But she didn't know my status, so I don't want to get friendly with nobody. But they knew how he behaved.
So I think that this might be a tough case, but you might be, if you have the police reports, you might be able to, even though he never filed for you might be able to file for a VAWA petition.
I've never heard of that. What is that?
So there's something called the Violence Against Women Act, and
Okay.
they
I don't want to, but I'm scared to do anything right now. I mean, like, what's the probability of that? Like, someone was telling me about asylum. I'm like, I'm not doing asylum. I don't know these things.
but aren't you also afraid of going to the wrong Home Depot and ICE being there?
Of course, I don't leave the house.
Right. So I would spend time with your brother researching VAWA, VAWA, the Violence Against Women Act, researching whether you think you could be. There's a sort of standard. You have to show that it was a real marriage, but if someone is refusing to add you to the lease and using your immigration
I
status,
have text of him telling me that. So I have a text of him telling me, when we got married, I visited my friend, and she was like, "Hey, let him add you to the lease, so that way that the people know that you're in there, because it could be dangerous if people think that he alone is living and nobody's in there." So I texted him like, "Hey, can you add me to the lease?" Right in front of her, I have a text showing that he say no, he don't think that's a good idea. I have a text to prove that.
okay. And how about, do you have any text from him about the relationship itself that could show that, obviously you went to the courthouse. Did you get married at the mosque or the courthouse or what?
We got at the courthouse. At the courthouse. He's not Muslim like me.
Does he have a police record or anything?
I made a report against him, but
Other than,
that's it. No record of anything.
and do you have any of his psychiatric records?
Oh, those are public records.
How are they public?
Like his mom was telling, I never knew he had it until his mom was telling me that when he was 19, he went to jail and then he went to a psych ward. I think those are public records, no?
Well, you have to go get them. But yeah, so I think you could actually make a VAWA case based on everything that you've told me. And I talk to people a lot on the show and tell them don't file a VAWA, but I think you have one.
Okay.
And I think what I'll say is I understand your point about not wanting to raise your hand, or certainly not.
Yeah, like I'm
Certainly,
scared. You know what is the probability they deny me and then I'm in immigration court to go home and I'm like, oh God. I don't
I
I don't
think
want to get my hopes up.
a couple things. One is you've been here for more than 2 years, which means you would get to see a judge if they tried to deport you. But
Okay.
if you wait and get picked up by ICE and then file a VAWA case, I think it looks a lot more as a defensive measure than if you
Mhm.
actually go ahead and file now.
Okay. Do your immigration form do VAWA?
Yeah, we do.
Okay, I'll reach out
Okay.
and see what my options are. Thank you.
Rebecca. Yep. See ya.
See ya.
All right. All right. Yeah. I think the psych records are not public, but I understand what she's saying. I think she's trying to say there's some documentation of prior experiences with law enforcement. She said he went to jail and stuff. So, hey, if you're not on our text line, text the word show to 314-470-3300. That's how you get a text to go into the waiting room to ask me a question. And we do wish her luck, Dammy. You're right about that. All right, let's go to Neil. Hello, Neil.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I had a question for you. So, got married in November, filed everything. Now I have a case ongoing. Recently, my 765 was approved. I-30, 130, 140, 485. They're both pending. The thing is, I live in a city and I have a job that I've got in another city. But my spouse and I both can't move together because my spouse has a job in this city and has like a few months to complete her projects. My plan is to move to the other city, continue working, find a place, and then she will move there. So there's this switching of places, and I'm not sure how to proceed with it. Is there an issue with USCIS moving places where spouses are separated for a specific amount of time?
So, are you the petitioner or are you the beneficiary?
I'm the beneficiary.
And what was your status before you got married?
On H-1B.
Okay, perfect. And when you say, and so when was the I-130 and the 45 filed?
November 2024.
And no interview or anything yet?
Nothing yet.
Okay. And are you moving like to a different state or just like a close by city? How far away is it?
To a different state.
Different state. Okay. So whenever I come across a situation like this, I always have sort of three questions, and they think about the past, the present, and the future. So the first question is, do you have a real reason? Do you have a legitimate reason to be living apart? And it sounds like you do because you have this job lined up, right? Then
Yes.
the next question is, what's the long-term plan? Is your spouse going to come join you, or what? Like, how long will you be living apart?
A few months. My spouse is a federal worker, and considering how things are going for federal workers, she isn't really having fun anymore. But because there's a hurricane season coming up and she wants to be there helping people out whenever she can. So once that is done, she wants to leave the job and come stay with me, like come move to the place where I am.
Perfect. And then the last question is, what will be the arrangement as far as, so let's say you're going to be separated, let's just say 6 months to make life easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Over the next 6 months, when you're in city A and she's back in city B, when will you see each other? When will you see each other? How will it work logistically?
We plan on seeing each other every 2 months at minimum. If she is willing, like if I'm willing to travel, and see her as often as I could. But there's nothing set in stone at this point. We are just trying to figure out how this move will go, and yeah, there's a lot up in the air, unfortunately, in terms of that.
So I would want to firm that. If I'm your lawyer, I want to firm that up, right? Like I want to have a plan. I want to have her going to see you, you going to see her, and I want to document the shit out of it. So I want to keep logs if you're driving, when you drive, keep your gas receipts. You're going to have to prove that you've tried to keep the relationship alive. I don't know if once every 2 months is really going to cut it. I would think that for lots of different reasons, including the health of your marriage, it'd be better to go see each other more often. But certainly for getting the case won, the more time you spend together, the better it's going to be. And then the last, you also want to make sure that you notify them that you have moved out, because what we don't want is for them to knock on your door thinking that you both live there and then finding out, oh, Neil lives in another city. Oh, where's his shit? Oh, it's in that other city. Well, why didn't anyone ever tell us about that, right? So that's you got to document all this.
Okay, so I will, once I move, I'll make sure that I update my address on USCIS. And yeah.
Thanks, Neil. I have videos.
I have another question.
Yeah, I have videos on the channel, and in fact, I think I just shot one. There should be one this week on this very topic. So this is something we spend a lot of time talking about. So you should be able to find stuff on the channel. Go ahead with your other question.
Thank you so much. My other question is, considering the whole ICE picking up people, I wouldn't ask, would you recommend flying out, or how, like, what's the best mode of transportation, or like moving places from one place to another?
Whatever documents it, you're fine. You're not going to get picked up.
Understood. My wife is paranoid about it.
No, all good.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Neil, hey brother, you got it. All right. Hey, I was going to tell you guys, I said I was going to show you Nora's home run. I'm still going to go for another half hour, but I want to show you guys Nora's home run, her home run today. Let's see if I can find it. Share screen. Here we go. Can I get it to play? No, maybe I can't get it to play. Well, I'll have to show it to you guys another time. I'll show you later. Let's see here. All right, stop sharing. Thank you. Otto, hello.
Hey, Jim, can you hear me?
Yes, Otto. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for taking my call.
Sure.
So, couple of questions. So I came to the United States on J1 visa on January 2022.
Okay.
I got married to green card holder last year in November 2024.
Yep.
And then we filed the I-130 on January 2024, 2025. And my priority date, on March, and my priority date is the 14th of March, 2024.
Okay.
2025, this year.
Yeah.
So the first question I have, I looked on August 2025 for the visa bulletin, the table B, where it says dates for filing family sponsor visa applications. And the current date for F2A is April 1st, 2025. So my first question is, can I submit the adjustment of status yet or not?
Here, let's do this. So that everybody can learn. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the visa bulletin. So we have the August 2025 visa bulletin. Let me go ahead and pull that up. All right. And so when we go to the final action dates, or the dates for filing. So you're in the F2A category and your priority date is March of 2025.
Yes.
Yeah. So you can file for your green card now because it's at April 1st, 2025. So it's past your date. So you and everybody else who filed your I-130 with a receipt notice from before April 1st, 2025 can now apply for the I-485.
Thank you so much. So
Sure.
the next question is, what kind of forms should I file?
Well, it depends. Your case is going to take a while. How long until your spouse will be able to become a U.S. citizen?
About a year.
A year. Okay, so that's good. And then what about, are you working now, or what's the deal with work?
So the J1 visa is terminated last year in March, and now I am only on TPS, and it will be terminated in about 2 months unless something else happens.
Got it. Okay. So if I'm you, I would apply for the green card. So you have to file the I-485.
Yes.
The I-765 because you want to get work authorization based off that, right?
Yeah.
I would not file for the travel document.
Okay.
Because I don't want you to leave till you get your green card. Then you have to file the I-693, which is your medical, and then your spouse has to submit the I-64, which is the.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Can you say that?
Sure. So I-45 is the green card.
I'm sorry, I am not able to hear you. Can you hear me?
I hear you fine. Can you hear me or not?
Yeah, for some reason I cannot hear you.
Okay, I'm gonna put Otto in timeout. So I'll put in the comments what he has to file. So it's the I-45, which is the green card application, the I-765, which is the work authorization, the I-864, which is the affidavit of support, and the I-693, which is the medical. I would not file for travel authorization. Hopefully Otto can hear all this. All right. Let's go to Mo. Hello, Mo.
Hey, how are you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
Hey, so I was married to a U.S. citizen, and I received my temporary green card on September of 2024. And March of 2025, we ended up getting a divorce. It was her who initiated the divorce, but she helped me. She wrote the letter for me that that she wanted the divorce, and then we were married like faithfully. But right after that, I filed for the I-751, and I received the receipt notice that says like that my green card is extended for 48 months, and I can travel and everything. So my question is, I want to know how long does it take until they get back to me with their like interview or with my the 10-year green card. And the second question is, right now, with everything that's going on, I want to know if I would be able to travel or not. Should I go or should I just, because I know like a lot of people got denied for reentry to the U.S.
What's the status of the marriage?
We got divorced.
Okay, so when did you get married?
We got married on January 2023.
And then when did they approve the 2-year green card?
They approved it on September of 2025. That's when I got the green card. September of 2024, I'm sorry.
That's okay. And did you have an interview?
No interview, no.
Okay, and who filed for divorce?
She did. She filed for divorce. But we
And-
had
Hold on.
Yeah.
When did she file for divorce?
She filed for divorce on January or like late January, beginning of February. Yes.
Of what year?
I'm sorry, what was it? Can you hear me?
Yeah, what year did she file for divorce? January of 25?
25, yes.
Okay. And so if your green card started in September 2024, how did you file a 751?
So I didn't wait until the green card gets expired because I got divorced. We got divorced during the 2 years. I talked to a lawyer and he told me it's better to just file the I-751 right now.
Got it. So you filed the 751 without her. It was a solo case.
Without her, yes. I should have mentioned that, yeah.
Okay. I thought, because you said she helped you out and all that stuff, I was worried. Okay, that's good. Okay. So when did that 751 get filed?
About a month ago. 1 month ago.
Okay, and here's my $1 million question. Before you married her in January 2023, what was your immigration status?
So I was an F1 student, but I was out of status. I did not go when 2023. January 2023 when we got married. I was still in status, but I stopped going to school while married to her. But I didn't file until 6 months later.
And what country are you from?
Morocco.
And I think you told me this already, but that green card got approved without an interview, right?
Yes, without interview.
Is there an age gap?
I'm sorry?
Was there an age gap?
No, she was 1 year older than me.
And are you guys still friendly?
Right now, yes.
Okay.
But like, it varied, like just once in a while when we talk, like very.
But did she give you any evidence that helped your 751 that you filed?
Yes, she wrote me a letter. That's what the lawyer told me. She wrote me a letter that our marriage was faithful, and then that we loved each other, and then it was not for paper purposes.
Good. Good. And
yeah,
why did she file for divorce?
Because financially she didn't like the situation we were in, and where we were living, and she was living way better with her parents, and she just wanted more. She was patient for a little bit, and also it took so long for me to receive my social security and work permit.
Yeah. In answer to the question that you initially asked me, I would not leave the United States until you either get your 10-year green card or get your citizenship, or until Trump is gone. I would not leave the United States because you filed, you were out of status. I think it's not safe for you to leave the United States right now, especially seeing as you got divorced pretty quickly after getting your green card. And so I don't want them to relitigate whether you should have gotten that green card, considering the fact that you didn't have an interview. I think that the Trump people are going to come down really hard on people that got their green cards approved without an interview.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much. Just one more question.
Sure.
How long do you think it was going to take to get an answer or interview or?
Over 2 years.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Jim. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Peace, Mo. All right. Let's go to Ram. Hello, Ram.
Hey, hello, Jim. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, hold on 1 second, just real quick. Someone on TikTok keeps asking, should I withdraw my asylum case as my I-45 is already in process? No, keep it on file until your 45 gets approved. I have a video on this on the channel, so check that out. Go ahead, Ram. Sorry about that.
Yeah. So, Jim, I'm a U.S. citizen and I'm the petitioner.
Okay.
My mom, she is 85 years old. She came to this country. This is the second time she's coming. She came last month on a B2 visa, which she got in March 2019.
Okay.
At that time, she doesn't want to stay here. She was here only for 6 months and she went back. And after that, I lost my dad. Okay. So now she wants to stay with my family, okay, in the United States.
Okay.
So my question for you is, can I apply for I-130 and I-485 concurrently, okay, by end of this month, or should I wait till the 90-day intent, 90 days completed?
60. It's 60 days. So
Is it 60 or okay?
yeah. So after 60 days, as long as that was not her intent, as long as she changed her mind in the United States, if you wait more than 60 days, everything should be fine.
So it's not a hard and fast rule, like it has to be a 90-day,
No,
right?
that's misinformation that's on the internet. 60 days is the whole thing.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Jim. That's pretty much. I want to, get confirmation.
See
Okay.
you.
Yeah. Thanks a lot.
All right, that's our friend Ram. Let's go to Yamani. Yamani, hello. You're on mute. Yamini with the I-130 pending. Are you there? Hello. Hi, Jim. Do you cover Washington, Seattle? Yeah, sure, Chambak. We do stuff all over the United
Hello,
States.
can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm married to a U.S. resident. His dad, he got adopted by his guardianship when he was 16 years old.
Okay.
And his dad at the moment is on hospice care. And I'm his caregiver. I'm with him 24/7. And then my husband submitted my I-130 application 2 years ago, and we haven't.
I think we lost you. Are you there?
Is there any way where we can?
Your audio keeps shorting out. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I don't know what's wrong with your audio. I'm only hearing bits and pieces of your story.
Okay.
So wait.
It was connected to the car. Can you hear me now better?
Okay, so there's a sick guy on hospice. We'll call him Joe, right? And you
Yes.
take care of Joe, right?
Yes.
What's your immigration status?
I'm illegal. I don't have no status in the United States.
How
I
did you
apply for
how did you get into the United States?
when I was when I was 13 years old. My grandma drugged me. Basically, they drug us out with my little sister, and they crossed us. They made us cross the border, but we were sleeping the whole time.
And have you gotten DACA or no?
No, I don't have DACA recipient because I came here in 2013 January.
Okay. So I have a person who entered without inspection who's now married to a green card holder, right?
Yes.
And the green card holder happens to be the son of the person that you take care of.
Yes. He adopted my husband when my husband was 16 years old. He was his guardianship
Okay.
because my husband's parents couldn't take care of him no more. He got adopted. But this person served the military for 25 years, Air Force, and he's a veteran now. And I take care of him because he's on the hospice care.
I'm sorry to hear that. So when did you and his son get married?
We got married 5 years ago. We have a child who is gonna be 6 years old in September.
Okay. And then has the green card, why hasn't he applied for his citizenship?
Because he hadn't done his taxes because he owns a business, and he didn't did his taxes for the past 2 years, but we finally got the taxes, and we're gonna file his citizenship this month.
So in other words, he could have been a citizen and you could have filed while Joe Biden was president,
Yes.
but nobody did.
Yeah, we were so focused on that we just never make the time for it.
Okay. So right now nothing's on file.
My I-130 is on file. We filed it on 2023 on May.
And USCIS has never approved it.
It's still pending. It just says pending.
And how long? That's because he's a green card holder. So how long has dad been on hospice?
He's been on hospice since December 14th.
Okay. And how long do they think he's going to live?
Probably he's not gonna make it until the end of the year.
Okay. So what is your question for me?
I cannot. Can I expect ask them to maybe to give me the answer for my I-130 sooner, cause it's or I can apply for a work permit or something.
When did you apply? No, you can't. So did you talk to an attorney before you filed?
Yes.
Okay. And so what's the receipt date of the I-130? You said 2023, right?
Yes.
So you're still about a year plus away from them being able to, well, actually, so you entered without inspection. So you're going to need to get the I-130 approved. I mean, your husband not being a citizen is really screwing everything up. So he needs to file yesterday for citizenship. That's ridiculous that he's wasted this much time not getting his
Yes.
citizenship so as to help you. What does your husband have any of his own sort of health issues?
No, he doesn't.
Because you're going to need a waiver to be filed, and I don't know if you're going to have to show that it would be an exceptional hardship for your husband if you were to be deported, right?
I'm the one who controls all his because he owns a small business at the moment. I'm the one who is in charge of it, of everything.
Are you
So
tired? Are you tired? Are you
a little,
tired?
yes.
You're carrying this whole family, and he's sitting on his ass.
Yeah, something like that.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean, logistically, what needs to happen is we need to get the I-130 approved, which probably isn't going to happen until he gets his citizenship. So he needs to get his citizenship case on file right away. Then once it's
Okay.
on file, then you guys can file for a 601A waiver. But I mean, this thing all could have been taken care of before Donald Trump even came back.
Yes, and then our son has a speech impediment as well.
Okay, so that'll help with the waiver case. Yep.
I'm the one who is in charge of arranging his appointments with the speech therapist and stuff like that.
So do you currently have a lawyer?
I do have a lawyer, but I don't think he was moving fast. We're just still
Well,
waiting.
there's nothing he can do except to kick your husband in the ass and tell him to get his citizenship. That's the only thing. No, nothing will be as fast. I mean, you asked me about expediting. Nothing will be as fast as him becoming a citizen, and nothing will happen until he becomes a citizen. You're still a year and a half away as the spouse of a green card holder for them to look at the I-130. You need to get him his citizenship, and then he has to upgrade his case for you with USCIS.
Okay.
Dude, this dude needs to step up.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks for the call.
Thank you.
Lazy immigrants, my ass. She's carrying on the whole fucking family while he's sitting on his ass. Should have been a citizen 5 years ago. Oh, I got to do my taxes. Well, do your fucking taxes so your wife can stay. I mean, if dad passes away, half their hardship goes out the door. Hopefully dad lives a long time. But how strong would a waiver case have been by the son if we established that she was helping taking care of a 25-year veteran of the Air Force? Dude should be ashamed of himself. What the hell? He's coasting. She's carrying everything. God love her. Man. U.S. citizens taking advantage of immigrants. Myron, hello.
Hey Jim, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, buddy.
Hi, thank you for having me here. I have some questions. I had an approved asylum, and I was wondering what's the best way to apply for a green card? Can I do it like immediately, or do I need to as in the rule, wait 1 year and then apply? As you know, there is a whole. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So there's been a bunch of monkey business about that 1 year rule where they tried to say under Biden for a little bit that it was okay to file for the green card once you have a year of living in the United States, even as an asylum seeker. In other words, before the asylum case was approved, but we have not messed around with that. That appeared on the website, then it disappeared. I don't think that's an actual policy. So I think the safest thing to do is to wait 1 full year as an asylum grantee and then apply.
Or what about like half, like 6 months, 7 months, so I can like be in the line or in the queue, and then as you know, there's a huge line, a queue for.
I understand that, but I don't want you to file an application that's not approvable and waste your money.
Yeah, that's true. And even if they found out that it's not 1 year, they can even deny and go
Yeah.
to proceedings, right?
No, you still have asylum. You wouldn't go to
Oh,
proceedings. I mean, they might try to scare you into leaving, but no, you don't.
yeah.
You would go to proceedings.
Yeah, and actually, I filed it in the Arlington, in the MP area in Arlington office, Virginia. But
Yeah.
I want to move to Seattle because I wanna move there. So if I do my green card application, is it better to do it there or in Arlington? As in Arlington has like a fast movement when it comes to applications. I'm not sure about Seattle. What do you think?
I mean, the other thing, Myron, the other reason why I would wait is because my understanding is that still, as of right now, 485s filed on behalf of people that got asylum are on hold with USCIS. So I don't think
Yeah.
there's a real hurry to do it. And I do think the Arlington area, when it comes to immigration, moves pretty quickly, and Seattle's sort of slow just because there's so many immigrants in Seattle. But I wouldn't play around too much with that. I would just play it straight. Wherever I'm living a year from now, that's where I file.
Okay. I actually want to change my lawyer too because they're charging so much money, and I'm halfway through it. But I want to change my lawyer probably with you guys. But
Sure.
they're not giving my documents or anything. For example, I have no idea what
Well, I can tell you how to get your documents. That's not a big deal.
Sorry?
I can tell you how to get your documents back. That's not hard.
Yeah, how can I do that?
So you send them a letter and say, hey, I want my complete file. Please send it to me by Friday at 5 o'clock. And then if they send it to you, you've got them. It's got to be in writing though, right? You can't do it by calling their office. If they don't give it to you by Friday, then you say, as you know, I sent you this email on Monday saying I want my documents by Friday. You didn't send them to me by Friday. I really don't want to have to take this up with the bar, but if you don't get them to me by Wednesday next week, I'll have no other choice but to reach out to the bar for assistance in resolving this matter. Right? Then you'll get them. Just as long as you document it, they'll give them to you.
Yeah, but we had like a contract of the payment and stuff, and they're charging so much money. For example, for a legal brief, I had to pay around 7K. That's without my asylum fee, so it's almost around 13 to 14K, as you know. And actually, I was lucky enough to apply for asylum last year in November, and I got the interview immediately after a couple of months, and then I got approved immediately as well. I'm so fortunate, but as you know, it's so hard to pay all that money as an asylee, 14K.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. So they're gonna be like, if you don't pay us the money, we're not gonna give you your documents. So
they actually that is unethical. They can't do that. So I wouldn't worry about that.
All right.
Thanks, Myron. See you, buddy.
Thank you so much, Jim. Have a great day. Thank you.
See you, buddy. Yep, for sure. All right, everybody, that'll do it for today's show. I hope you all have a good rest of your Monday. We'll be doing a show probably tomorrow. Maybe I might be on airport duty tomorrow, but we'll try to do a show. Listen, if you're not, probably 4 o'clock. We'll see. If you're not on our text line, text the word show to 314-470-3300. We'll do show 870 tomorrow. Boy, so this means, let's see, we're at the end of July. So we'll probably have episode 900 in August. That'll be fun. Happy birthday to Bartz. Congratulations, Bartz. Another year around the sun. When Nora and the kids went to Montessori, they would sing a song. We can sing it for Bartz. The earth moves around the sun. Tra-la-la. Happy birthday, Bartz. All right, everybody. Have a great night. We'll see you when we see you. Text the word show to 314-470-3300. If you need to get a hold of us, info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com or 314-961-8200. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Huli, and we will see you on the next show. Bye, guys. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion.